side, still with his thorns available, with how little time is left, these could cause issues.
This could definitely be a problem. You can see 25 on the clock. Thorns still up and online. And now LEVIATAN start to make their way towards the site, but no one is there. brawk's the closest. He's up in heaven, and even that flash could have been a chance for him to strike, but Skuba's the one to pick one off on the side. Now, advantage sat in their favor. Time to prime for that retake, and it'll take a while they allow Mada to group up with the rest of the squad.
Man down. Flash from Vice is gone, but they still have one remaining for keiko. Counter stun to slow them down, and the trade's coming back already. That attack side just dealing death, but even still going back with just one man standing. The IGL to try and turn things, and the swing out from kiNgg was a little bit risky, but he's going to take the fight.
Just a little bit too far away for that flash to land as needed. Second one fired out here towards A main. Nobody spotted. LEVIATAN had the spike there, but much further back. And again, this is going to be a slow attack side. A minute on the clock as they were just outside the A site, but now a change in direction again. Phoenix Wall, the blaze allows them to cross, or at least it should. But big boy brawk's already come in with one. The reveal broken right away, but look at this sneaky play by Skuba. He almost got one. If kiNgg wasn't mid-TP, he'd be out of the round. And it's already advantage for NRG. LEVIATAN luckily make it to the site without too many more fights. They'll get themselves a plant.
30 seconds left.
I like what I've seen from Mada, though. I think he's cleared all of B main and wrapped back around. Of course, it's something they'll have to clear again, but it means they know there's no one flanking. Sato, though! Oh, past the 3 immediately! Just looks to take over the round. He almost did it all in his ult. That was on a timer. And guess what? He's still alive! An ace to bring a third round home!
Well, that was a bit of a slow start for LEVIATAN. They were happy to run the clock down, but now when the time was against them with this ult, they end up picking up most of the team into this map, and the one that we said is so crucial for them to take. Nice opening as well by Spike Zine. LEVIATAN have got to be on cloud 9. This was a fake towards A, but it's worked for the pick, and now they move towards B. Let's jump into the cars.
Vamos passando pra B. Vai que levar pra guitar, tá? Tô frisando pro cu.
Tá, dá pra escada, dá pra escada.
Volta, só volta. Calma, maquele. Posso abrir com você aqui. Tô aranhando já, tô aranhando.
Esperando você aqui.
Vamos voltar pra viado.
Tô abrindo.
Tá.
Vai abrir pra base?
Sai aqui.
Nada, tô indo pra.
Vai ficar aqui, viado.
Mano, quer que a gente faça? Mano, quer voltar pra B ainda, viado? Vamos fazer um fake A e voltar pra B. Fica bem então, Bruno.
Fica bem então.
Eu não tenho nada, Bruno, pra fakear.
Mais vamos dar. Só no
acelerar aqui. Aceleraram?
Dominar.
No, there's still players
30
here.
seconds left.
It looks like they still want to go towards this A site with the spike. There could be some challenges before the spike even starts to be planted. Ethan thought about it, but he's going to give it up.
Oh, timing could have been worse for Skuba.
Planted.
Maybe still didn't expect the player to be lurking behind. Those two have, however, been caught by the ultimate. That gives Ethan a great opportunity. A shorty in the corner, and he's been able to clear. It leaves Neon. But with that smoke now fading, he's going to have to swing this eventually. They're trying to bait him into the fight, and with an operator, that's not the gun you want to grab. Well, oh, he's deep.
Operator, and there's one on the other side, holding, waiting, TP taken, and it's stuck all the way. kiNgg's now isolated from the rest of the squad. They've got to go through Mada, and that they do. He's on the floor as kiNgg tries to hold on for dear life, tries to buy time, and allows Sato to trade. The ult pop here keeps Sato alive. Even with the spams, he'll go down, but brawk's got more work to do. Eating him alive for 2, but Sato answers back, and with Skuba, the final match ending! It looked like the round was over, but he's got a chance, and his opponent's low. So is he. Oh my God.
He's just sitting. He's just waiting, but Sato hits them within 6 rounds. And yeah, call a timeout there. The counter to this man just doesn't seem possible. He's already halfway back to his O again.
You remember the head-to-head we were excited about? Sato and who is it again? keiko's 1-6.
He's halfway to a third, and we are going into round 7.
Nice flash. Neon's forced back, but he has got support deeper towards the spawn. blowz is able to trade, but Mada's... Oh, hold on. They've actually allowed him to keep going. The Hunter's Fury gave him the reveal. He's locked and loaded with the op, but the
30 seconds left.
I think LEVIATAN want to fight into the spawn with the door closed. It could be an option, but they're going to break it. Immediately, that's going to tell NRG where this play is coming through. It's going to get brawk locked in and loaded, and he's taking over!
It seems like the defensive side, though, gonna look to try and get that little bit more aggressive.
They leave this too long. This could be a much more difficult push than they think it will be. keiko's caught in the corner, but this time he won't fall before taking a few.
30 seconds left.
NRG still have a chance, and with time so low, I don't think LEVIATAN could go anywhere but A.
No, yeah, especially considering the position of kiNgg. They have to go that way. Kill will come through, but there's no way back at this point. They have to keep pushing into the two-stack. Both players here, time ticking away. The run-through, Ethan already catches one, and that's potentially the round over already. Neon just has no time. If they just hide, this is already over. And he might get the kill onto Ethan at the back of the site, but it is meaningless. NRG second mark. They almost need to bait the wall. Instead, it feels like he's just going to run through. If he lands this shot, he doesn't. Okay. That leaves gives some space, but the rest of the players are trapped behind it. Spikescene, though, managed to get through at the same time, and that's enough to find an opener.
They blindsided for the first, but still Mada to deal with on the site. Nobody can, well, I would say no one can help him out, but brawk has no sight line, but it doesn't matter. Now Mada's found one, but it doesn't matter either. LEVIATAN right back to winning ways, and only this lane push to deal with. The off is trained in, and it's an in from keNgg. Time being delayed, but Neon's waiting to catch these rotations, and there it is. Patience pays off. 30 on the clock, and they think surely he's not here. And now they realize the mistake of this round. Skuba on site. That was a fake TP, but now with 15 seconds to get the plant in, they're rushing A. Still 3 players from NRG here. It's a big mistake from LEVIATAN. Neon's lurk.
I think it was just maybe hoping there was nobody else there, or hoping that they'd all
Headhunter ready to roll, and a TP available to get out of there, but Mada's shut him down. Sato still pulls back that advantage, and he's taken Ethan with the molly. Okay, advantage now sits in their favor, but keiko fights his way back out. Great flash lands them at least a little bit of a foothold, but well, brawk's the only one standing, caught in the laneway, and it's an easy being taken as we speak. Flash perfect, Neon sent back. keiko's gonna pop the ult now. It's time to hunt down the rest of that damage. Neon's already found one. It's a nice spot up above as well. They ran right past him, but oh, he's gonna get caught. There's a few. That's the real meat and potatoes of the game. On the other side of it, but no doubt he'll still be sticking.
Hello. Wow. Very aggressive start to the round. Spikescene already getting rid of keiko. You could see how this defense plans to go on these early trap setups.
Neon getting back on this angle. They put a flash there to try to bait him into shooting it earlier on. He didn't fall for the ruse. They still don't know the danger that's lurking around that. As much as they may suspect it, there's always a chance someone rounds that corner a little too early. Neon's playing the second layer to it as well, a little bit further back, but there is a big problem. Oh, he sticks around! They went a little too early, the off in for one, and now the headhunter's still ready to dish out damage. brawk is left on 15 HP, and the shock dart finds him. Spike down in the lane, 20 seconds to get it planted. And they're not even boots on the ground just yet, getting surrounded. The wall's closing in as Sato comes from spawn. They're on 10 seconds before this plant needs to be found. Time is running out, and NRG are running out of players. Skuba tries his damnedest, but he's got no time. And they're split up as well. Through for the defensive side, you can see they were going to flash in, but instead they had to wait. And now they're ended up in the choke point, being met by the push. keiko's found the first. They'll wait out the molly, but the drone goes through.
Sato in towards Skuba, set him up to get the kill, and then it doesn't even matter. And just when you thought the Odin was on the other side of the map, they've had enough time to rotate. Just look at the position of Neon as well. Where do you go back? My man has already got you locked in if you try and go all the way back through the spawn. They're going to have that early information system of him. And because of that, with 40 seconds left, like, they've dropped noise to go, okay, maybe we're gone. Maybe we're somewhere else. Now they've been spotted. Now they know the ruse is up. 3 players still within this site for LEVIATAN. And I genuinely start to question, when do you just hold on to the guns?
Sato's just throwing in a flash for the sake of it, because hell, he's got another to work with, might not need it. Blind comes in on the other side, it's good, but this player's
humiliation. They are looking to get themselves 1 map away from making it to playoffs. And, okay, it's a dance with death. Somehow Mada has managed to come out on top. Ethan alongside him. The best chance we've seen in a while. The spam should deny Spikescene anything cheeky.
Oh, not blowz though. He's taking Mada down straight through the wall. Not a bad start. NRG needing 6 in a row, and it's already getting a little bit dicey. Big generators in the way there, luckily. The shot dart through on the other side will do damage. Skuba defends down below, and he decides to shoot back. That is a brave, bold, and perhaps silly play. The time may be too far gone here unless the kills come in so quickly, and now they will just tuck in, hide, and wait for this clock to win the round for them. Ring a Rosie being put into play, and oh my goodness, you see why. Give Neon a chance, and he
sounds like NRG are just going to keep trying to rinse and repeat. kiNgg has not been here. He's not been here before, but Skuba is waiting for him. Even still, Sato on the side defending well, but it's dropped. He gets the trade of his own kill, and Utility is doing all of the work for LEVIATAN. Another pulse that could do damage in it will kill off keiko's ult, but he still stands. The wraparound coming in. Drones will be trading information, but to be honest, blowz position is not the core issue. I really like this from LEVIATAN. They're just waiting for that plant to go in so that they know what side of the map this pressure has come in on. But I also like it for NRG. They were trying to bait them into a fight before they plant. Instead, we get the fight that's expected. Neon swinging his way through main. His teammate is very far behind and he can't quite hit the shot. That was an opportunity maybe for a freebie. Instead now the spam is trying to clear a spot that nobody has stood in any longer. Reveal available. Both players waiting, but that's the shot that could make it count. It's left all onto brawk. He's being spammed out from underneath. And again, he will bite the dust to a gun that he... and then come in with a completely different comp. Love to see it. And giving them that little bit of extra aggressive style that we love to see from them. The problem is they are being surrounded, pincered, and already have a deficit.
Yeah, they gave up the C side and the side of NRG, but they fought for C main instead. Now, the pressure being put on once again as the door swings open. brawk not going to land those shots to start with, and it looked like LEVIATAN wanted to deal with keiko, but it's not gone too well to start. That's a nice shot from Neon. 1v3. If he got that pickup, the spike could be back under his control, but now you can see NRG just looking to group up. They're not even going to take the fight anymore. They'll allow him a plant.
I got the spike.
All they need is the retake.
Yeah, you can see the doubt it's also caused. At this point, they could have grouped up and gone absolutely anywhere. They could have surrounded the B site waiting for his rotation. They could be sat in the spawn, and for Neon, it's like, okay, I'd like to get this plant, but I have about 15 angles that I need to check before I do. Spike planted at least. Not a lot of utility to play with. That's the one dangerous piece. Well, unfortunately, that puts him down to 29 HP. keiko a little low, but they know now, especially with how tagged up he is, he has to be trying to look for a fight, has to be trying to force the issue a little bit. I like the reposition though, but even still, just the jump spot, the smoke, going to create an awkward angle for him. And although that time is ticking, it's not
really, so it's just fine.
He's very good with the Sheriff as well. That might help them out. Sato up above already. keiko's going to be able to get one. This round feels like it's more about damage than anything else, and unfortunately, I think he's firing blanks. And none of those remaining bullets landing. Skuba on the other side though.
With Skuba having spent this whole round just waiting in tree. But they wait, hoping there's re-aggression, knowing the vice wall is containing their back, and eventually, when it's time to push, Skuba's caught out of position. Plant can come through now with, well, maybe not with ease. Oh, okay.
I'm glad there was a lot more time on the clock. Because if that was a little bit later in the round, it could have been a travesty.
It's one of the harder skill checks in Valorant, I have to say.
It's a very small button. Come on, to pull off. Showstopper available.
One down.
Not anymore.
Anyone surprised? I guess you didn't watch the first map. It is a full freeze from LEVIATAN as they wait again for the
side, or the team may be playing like it, and I think it's a tough question to answer. They're looking so controlled in the manner in which they play. Fact is though, a good read, right positioning for the remaining three players. They are walking into the stack up the spam, can't quite get too much, but now brawk is all that remains. He needs an ace. Operator picked up a mada. Potential for a difference maker, and immediately that's the showstopper down. A nice shot connected. He goes for one of his own, and he's been dealt with by Neon. Even still though, the trades have come out. Now we'll listen to
Player
NRG.
standing. Spike.
That avenue. Oh, the spams ready to go. Already clearing out blows. It's a little bit tougher to do these spams nowadays, but I'm sure you're a big fan.
Absolutely. You love to see it done well. And Mada then finding another on the operator, just doubles down on the advantages. Another for Mada, finishing off Ethan's dinner, leaving LEVIATAN with nothing but breadcrumbs, and it's not going to look
Player standing.
clean in any fight they take. Chance for it to be flawless, connected.
It's clearly the expectation as well. They've moved the vice setup there, already looking to try and take the weaponry away with the steel guard, and spams for those close positions, and brawk just looking to try and retake that control. The problem is there's a player up top, but that player has no support. Neon did not expect anybody to be peeking that angle, but now the weapon's back.
All that space on A. They should stay with this two-man setup, and LEVIATAN don't know that they'll still run into numbers, but a 4v2, they can get through that smoke. They should be favored, and they've already gotten in. The Sky Flash works wonders. Boots on the ground. Skuba putting bodies on the ground till kiNgg answers
Last
up.
player standing.
But Ethan's not gone anywhere.
Take hold.
Baiting them in here is going to be important.
Spike plant.
Eventually, though, we'll stick that plant. Ultimate available, but finding a time to use it is difficult. As said, it's one of those slow burners. In terms of when it's activated, instead, he's going to go pushing, looking for Ethan, hoping that there's an isolated fight, but he still has no idea where Mada is. In fact, he's got his back turned to the enemy, expecting it to be main, expecting that push to come in the other direction. Look how many players are here now, a fourth. Going to try and make it a little bit easier. Neon had early lights out, but it's keiko that goes through. Tries to make the play, ends up losing his life, and now with the weaponry dissipated, it almost has to be the fallback. That Odin won't be firing any bullets, at least for a second or two, and that allows for a post plant.
Spot for Neon, but it's
looks
risk.
away.
In a 5 versus 4, now the advantage out of the hands of the attackers. Time ticking, but not quite quick enough. kiNgg's gonna have to come up big on this corner. He's got himself one already, but traded out instantly. Now they start to pick up the pace, and the off finds one on the corner. Blast packing in deeper. The space filled in behind, but the kills finding their way into the hands of LEVIATAN. It's the Odin. Almost every time, Mada's been fighting for that control, and he's given it up this time. kiNgg's put the piece.
This might be the one, maybe a bit wary that they could try and split back into B instead. They'll face into that A-site utility. The time's starting to tick down, though, for
30
LEVIATAN.
seconds left.
30 seconds. The Seekers might just give the game away a little bit, but they know that at least one is here.
Now they don't know about the Odin, they're backing him up. In fact, they won't! Ethan stops them at the gates!
Enemy remaining.
Spike scene, all that remains!
In the end, a faster pace take being attempted, some weaker weaponry in hand, and already diving in onto Skuba, who's still stuck in the corner. They should know he's here. Maybe on a sound cue, but it doesn't matter. He's held the line anyway, and now the support arrives in the form of the Odin. Leaves Spike sitting alone. They're disappearing.
Success. With 1 round left to play for. Lev, oh, they've walked into that gate, but they've walked out with the kill.
Yeah, the Blade Storm from Neon once again. He has been the main factor of this attack in half, but an immediate response. An aggressive one at that. There are 4 players looking to barrel down from the defensive side. An entire brawl of every player remaining. And well,
They're showing from NRG, but a pistol loss could have seen us even at the half. And now LEVIATAN's chance to right the wrongs of history. That flash is behind the Viper wall. So it actually caught nobody. LEVIATAN end up running to their deaths. And a heal, sure, onto Spike scene, but man advantage well and truly locked in for NRG.
another great paranoia coming out from keiko. It is safe to say those assists are well-deserved. They're trying to get that a little bit more aggressive himself. And a second already carried.
We would have thought after a blowout first, it's set up to be an even more dominant map for NRG this time. It's not done just yet. This is the full buy from LEVIATAN. It starts with kiNgg spotting them. They're in the tree, they're making space, they're fighting for that back sight. Mada slowed a little bit by the thorns, but he's not looking to take that fight just... Oh, they've got keiko. A big pickup by blowz. There's no pressure anymore in LEVIATAN. It had to be NRG to make a move, and they go walking into players, just holding their angles. Easy as can be. That's a great way back in for LEVIATAN. For dead. Question is, can he drop a few bodies in the meantime? Now he's a thorn in their side that they have to deal with.
It's funny because they were just about to start rotating away and now they have to hesitate a little bit. kiNgg really needs to do a serious amount of damage on this backside, otherwise the site is gone completely. And he doesn't really have any teammates nearby. Finally, Sato has been able to deal with Skuba in the backline, and that's a huge kill for SpikeZine. Before they were going into a level playing field with a post plant, now they have an advantage.
A post plant where NRG would have had that showstopper. The plant would have gotten it for Mada, and instead the death did. But a nice return by Ethan, and they look to fight! Almost opened the door for them. They are right on the, in fact, they're right through. They're right through. He literally opened the door for them, and NRG more than happy to step through to a mostly open A site. Skuba, he had this flank last round. It mounted to nothing because of the position of the defenders. This time the Vice wall is still up, but he's going to strike before even getting near it. He's looking for more. Surely not going back in for a third bite of the cherry. And Skuba get done in that late round.
Yeah, well, it's also a question of can they get anything done at all? He is just that constant backstab that leaves two players with more than a mountain to climb.
Planted.
I don't think whatever was said in that pause thought that it would result like this. A 2v5 to keep them in the map. The story going exactly as expected thus far. And unless the remaining two have a miracle, and you almost expect
the attack side is where things start out after a dominant win in the previous map. They are wasting no time with taking space towards this A site. A few licks of damage done. They're not stopping there. Skuba, is he going to walk through that? No, he's backed off.
yeah, waiting for the contact. Still, Sato with a flash. Stun available for SpikeZine. The pace has left them at least with some utility to play with, but so many angles that they need to clear. In fact, Neon is taking his time around middle. He's going to be very far away from the action, but SpikeZine already clearing one. Do they expect the second player of Skuba? He's just going to sit pretty as they now wait for those rotations, but time has been ticking for quite a while. They need to get a move on, and now he springs the trap, already clearing every angle methodically, but there go the trades. Even still, that time at this point feels like it's too far gone already, and though they may get a kill or two, there is no...
Into a lot of numbers. And it's Neon to start. They might try to force him off, not knowing how many players are here, and now the realization kicks in. A big fight needed to claim back that spike. Oh, but kiNgg's gone up pushing. He was in the danger zone for a second there, but now instead it's the other side. Walking back into Neon again. Headhunter might have run dry though. 5, a very, very slow start. That was a chance to really get off to a flying start. Good defense here with aggression. Up on B long, they thought they could just wrap around and deal with it.
Economy strong, and LEVIATAN will keep 4 guns.
Can be here so quickly and still utility for kiNgg. This could be a very difficult round, in fact. 15 seconds and Sato invades the smoke. A nice try with the ultimate. He's bought time at least. Slows them down to 10 seconds. The spike has to be planted soon. NRG, they've made it to the site, but this is their final chance to put the spike on the ground.
Going to get them too much.
It's a close defense from LEVIATAN. And the ult's going to be dodged. Oh no! Start, but right in to all of the utility that NRG put into play. Neon ends up getting ripped out of the round by a rifle, but SpikeZine fights his way back in ahead of the play. And Sato's spam is sublime. Now the advantage suddenly with LEVIATAN for the moment, a 4 versus 2. With the ult of Phoenix being a second man, and kiNgg dropping Skuba's pretty much cemented this lead for Lev. They've got the spike on back site, and a player unaccounted for now at least, so maybe a small chance for brawk. He is certainly filling in that space. He's made it through main, they don't know, but there it is. And now the rest of the squad comes. If he's not quick in closing this kill, he'll have no chance.
There was an opportunity for a second, but now the rest of the team are here. The flash has left him completely blind, and he's caught walking
to know what is coming around that corner for now. Only one man is watching it. It's keiko, eyes on the door, and he'll find his shot. A crucial kill onto Sato. Great stun by SpikeZine! And to get 2 there is surreal. We're back to level playing field, and blowz has made it a little bit better for LEVIATAN.
Oh yeah, that single kill and duck away is just irritating. You want to try and find an immediate trade, but he's gone with the wind. Looking to just play that post, and unfortunately for NRG, you can't just do what you normally do, like try and sit back towards 8 main, because that cosmic divide is a problem. But the bigger problem is that that wraparound from Neon is slowly coming through. One already spotted. Counter ultimate played in the Armageddon just to try and make sure they can't pincer off of this, and I like it. Ethan getting aggressive. He knows that maybe his back has been lost. He knows that there could be someone coming from behind, but even still, caught on the angle. Leaves keiko to try and save them once again. But even still, that cosmic divide is going to lock him out. He's got to try and play around it. Nice shot on the first second as well. And he knows where the last is. Wants to try and take away the weaponry. No time to reload. A chance to pull off the clutch. And he goes in for the fight, and it's not quite there. But he'll get it on the time anyway.
Surrounded, so many numbers against him. Runs into an op, and sure, he'll be denied the ace in the end.
Not ready yet.
But he still wins. Up against the entirety of LEVIATAN.
Just him clutching versus multiple players. There needs to be someone else alongside him, and mada getting that open.
One in art, two coming towards the double doors. LEVIATAN want the fight, but maybe they should have left it. Sato falls. Spike seen now to try to fill in that space, and 4 players are holding him when he walks out the double doors. NRG, the pack mentality working out.
The smoke is going to make things a little bit more awkward, but already kiNgg is going to be spotted. He knows he has to leave the corner, and the spam out, that is at least going to be one. A second as well! kiNgg making things awkward.
It's up for grabs in round number 9. Neon in this position has been deadly, and he will be again for
Just getting the
mada.
information. Drone is going to give the game away. He's at least spotted a couple, but he is being pushed. In fact, even the spike was pushing it there for a moment, wanting that safe space, but there is no safe space to be had. The full defensive force
Spike planted.
is about to start rounding, and bear in mind, I think blowz falling back was partially because of the ultimate he has online.
This Hunter's Fury could definitely help them clear out this A site. The reveal fired in deep. We'll start with Sato finding one. Now the site only has Ethan up close. Cosmic Divide robbed him of vision just as he needed it, and brawk's got his knife out, shot in the side by a very patient kiNgg, and the body blocks. Oh, they've completely stolen the round with that, but
It's off, but luckily we've had the drone go through from the NRG side that will let them know that that setup is no longer there. mada are about to take that space, but again, it seems like a setup in towards the retake. Immediately using that ultimate in towards the back of the spawn. A little bit of damage from the salvos, but all it's really garnered is some space.
that was a good kill setup, but now Lever flooding back in. Mada's completely isolated, caught behind enemy lines, dealt with as Spike Scene is going ham on the site. NRG in a 2 versus 4. Spike still needs to be defused, but Spike Scene is taking it all on his back. The defuse tap now will draw Skuba out. He didn't win his 1v5, and the 1v4 will be no. And so far, they're avoiding any punches landing in the other direction, unless they're from keiko. 7-4, and a chance to have double the rounds of their opponent moving into the next half. Hunter's Fury not landing for more than the tag. So at least a 5v5 in the post plan, but this lurk here, it's feast or famine for Skuba. And it looks like he's going to have a feast on his hands.
Yeah, they've been very, very diligent at checking for these flanks.
You want to fight
But this time, Neon should be dead to rights. That's one already gone. Weaponry reduced to tatters, or so it should have been. No, kiNgg manages to dodge the ult, and now he's want to fight back. mada isolated out. In fact, they're trapped behind the wall. They don't know how much can come through, but that Armageddon should buy them additional time. The defuse isn't going to be halved. It doesn't even matter. Everybody dead on the other side. And now blowz just waits for them to swing! 3 quickly! The problem is he didn't get it to half. The half wasn't there earlier.
Play the contact, fire the salvo through, and play that passive rotation. In fact, it will be the stun to start this off. No salvo just yet to cut them off. LEVIATAN making their way in towards the site. There it is finally, but this is covering off the plan for now. NRG can't really fight this. They're all back towards the spawn, maybe hoping that LEVIATAN fight for space, that they step a little bit too far forward. Good spams, great damage across the board. LEVIATAN with 3 players desperately low here in the pistol.
But no bodies just yet. There's the first, and it goes in their favor. Sato may be low, but he can never be forgotten. Sitting in that corner. And Mada has kind of become a null factor in this round. He needs to try and make that move, and he's been dealt with. It's the swing out from blowz. Now the round is starting to tip in the favor of LEVIATAN. It's left all on to kiNgg.
In this series, in this map, and now an eco that they're facing off against LEVIATAN are playing this passive. kiNgg given the space up. He's a man with a ghost in hand, and a few ghosts in front of him. He's taking 3 with ease, and a 4th walking right towards him. There's a 5th on offer, and he'll claim it. kiNgg with the ace to lock in 9 to 5.
At this point, a clean round coming out from kiNgg, making sure that weaponry can be purchased up, and something
that slows the play.
Straight in though. Already looking for that opener. keiko's managed to hide in the back line. Still only an even trade and counter utility being expended. That run it back was likely the one thing that could pad the gap between these buys. Bear in mind, this is of course the bonus round for LEVIATAN, so expectations maybe not quite as high. But losing Spike Scene early, he has been fantastic so far in this match. And of course, this has left Skuba relatively alone, but the rest of the players on NRG noting that there's no longer that same presence. They're looking to re-clear into mid.
Neon might be very low, but everybody on NRG, excluding brawk, is 1 hit to him.
30 seconds left.
No ult anymore on Sato, sure, but with numbers even, that HP on Neon's a little bit more deceptive than you might think. Sure, a stray shot can take him down. The well-placed one from him can do just the same. The play towards the A site. It'll be Neon trying to fight up top, but the flank comes in immediately from vacancy.
It could just be bait. Of course, the single drone doesn't really sell the idea, but the Cosmic Divide does. Molotov into the back of the site. Mada just trying to play ahead, a kill, and maybe just ducking out of there, but his teammate gets the kill first. They're going to play from that advantage. Spike Scene clearing that further control. But it will be a post-plant with
Planted.
that retake coming, and in fact, the attack are looking to try and get a little bit more aggressive. They've spotted them going through, but they're winning all of the fights instead, putting them in a good position. Again, the trade's being expended, and it's left down to just kiNgg. He manages to avoid the Steel Garden. His weaponry will still be in hand, and keiko maybe not expecting it. Walks straight through. He now knows there's nobody on it as well. Sitting all the way back. Knows that Ethan could now potentially have it, but instead he's just gonna play it! Shying away from a fight. Even with some of those weaker weapons in play, they are picking up the pace. In towards the side they go, but the fight's going the way of NRG, at least to start with.
Very early flank, but with no more noise on A after a plant tap, I mean, NRG are not stupid. They know what's going on, or what likely is.
He's not been seen. And you can see how diligent Skuba has been so far.
30 seconds left.
With a man advantage. They may even want to just try and play this as a retake anyway. Now those smokes coming through, utility being destroyed. Hoping to maybe find something with a spam, but they just don't want to risk it. The problem is there's still another snake in the grass. Timing is going to be everything though. Neon is looking the wrong way. 3 players coming through now. They're going to spot him, and that's where he's taken out a weapon upgrade as well for the side of NRG. And they're going to need a hero once again.
Well, kiNgg was the man that got them to plant. The snake in the grass that found all that space, but now the Hunter's Fury and post-plant won't matter unless they can put the numbers back to even, and they've done just that! 2 quick kills! blowz following up on the damage with a shock dart, and now the Hunter's Fury pays dividends. It's a double tag! Death just around the corner with one more pulse, and brawk falls the round!
Ends with another clutch scenario, and just 2 rounds needed for Lev to make it to the playoffs.
And they start with an opening duel. Just a win would take him down. And for LEVIATAN, with a man advantage, with the calls kiNgg's had so far, it's going to be a tough round from the get-go.
Hunter's Fury used.
Nice.
A lot being expended. Sato gone. And a chance for a tag, but not quite met. They've still got that convergence path set and ready. The ults are kind of what could save them in this round, but even still, It ends up level for the moment.
They dodged it.
25 seconds left on the clock. The time starting to become another member of the NRG camp, and the cross is wonderful. Mada
Staying towards B with 3, having that convergence path that slowed them down, put a bit more pressure on, but it's the shots landing. Mada can't dodge all of the damage. And now they're closing in. And there's an ult on Spike scene. This round, he's in their spawn. There's a player with a knife out. They don't even know where he is. The man is running riot in their back lines. And NRG, they're forced into a retake.
Thankfully, that ultimate is going to run out. kiNgg has been given a rifle though, and with everything he's done in this game so far, it would be foolish to doubt him much more. Calm from the other side. The spray though, there's kiNgg again. 22 kills already. And Skuba just cowering behind, but he's got a weaker weapon. The closer battle will help him, and that leaves it down to Neon. He had to teleport away and just look up the position. This might just be able to be stuck. Skuba could just sit all the way. Is he going to try and go the entire way? No, he's going to wait for the player to
advantage. NRG are far from out. Get damage with it. It's from so far away, but I think he wanted to let them know he was close by before then reinforcing the other side of the map. The problem is LEVIATAN don't seem to care. Sure, you can have 2 players A. We'll kill 2 players on A then. And Neon, I would be surprised if he doesn't get this kill. brawk is in a lot of trouble. And luckily, brawk won't be pushing that way anymore. Spike scene, Ascent him the other way.
Looking to try and clear some of those closer angles. Instead, though, they've got a different problem to deal with. Sato makes sure they reclaim that space, and that tour de force is still dealing damage. A second kill already. And with the credits in a pretty dangerous position, this might just be all in for NRG. Stun will force back Neon at least. Skuba's done well once again, but that time has been ticking. A grab will still to buy additional time. They had to tap it. Now surely the clock is gone, but that's no.
But now it seems like those nerves are nowhere to be found. In fact, nerves of steel is all you'll find in the LEVIATAN camp. Spike scene runs it down for the open.
In towards mid, they're in the right place at the right time, but they are being watched. Everybody waiting for the re-swing. Again, playing above their